Jim, you can do good at everything. This is a motivational rant video. The motivational quotes. Quote this video. Put it on your wall. Put it on your phone screen. My epic quote. You can do good at everything. This is a idea about how when people go through life, they think they can only do one fucking thing. That they are tied to their career, their profession. They went to school for engineering, and then now they're an engineer. But now that is who they're identified as for the rest of their life. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of their ikigai, their purpose, is tied to their profession. It's pretty much for most men that it is how it is, because that's what people tell you to do. They want you to fit and mold into a certain archetype of society because it's easier to basically deal with you that way from another perspective. But in reality, people aren't like this. People have multiple hats, or at least people try to do. And people think that, oh, well, I have all these things, but like I can only be good at one thing. I'm tied to this profession. I went to school to be an engineer. Well, that means I can't go become a book writer or a poet because I didn't go to school for that. Yes, you can, right? It's even easier nowadays with like fucking AI and ChatGPT. You can just learn from the AI on how to do the task and the skill. And of course, you can have the existential crisis of, oh, well, what if like many years later when AGI comes out and replaces everyone? Like, it hasn't happened yet. You still have time, okay? Like, I mean, once that happens, we can discuss again. But like right now, the main landscape is that you can use AI to learn skills that you never could have before. And there's even less of a need to go to college for things. Like, it was even before AI, you didn't even have to go to college to become like a coder. You can just go to like a coding boot camp and then you can get employed after you do like leak code exercises. That's what people did. They didn't need to go to college for that. They have to spend $10,000 to tens of thousands of dollars to go to student debt, to go drink and party all the time to get a degree that doesn't even get them a job. They didn't have to fucking do that. They just applied the knowledge. They went into the real world, practical skills foremost, and then applied it, and then they got professions, right? So you can literally just be good at everything. And a lot of people have the limiting mindset. That is the proper term, the limiting mindset, the limiting beliefs that they are only confined to one skill that they're good at and they can't get good at anything else. That's not true. You can literally be good at anything else. If anything, the fact that you are good at a single thing does give more proof that you can literally get good at anything else, right? Because the process to get good at anything is literally the same. It's all the fucking same. It's just different flavors, right? Being good at writing, being good at speaking, being good at engineering, being good at STEM, being good at math. These are different flavors, but the process is very simple. You try whatever the fuck you got to do for it. You reflect on how you can do better, and then you learn how you can get better, and then you try that new knowledge, and then you just rinse and repeat. It's really simple. It's like, you don't have to be like that one guy who's bad at math, or the one guy who's bad at English, or the one guy who's bad at history, like in school, like what they try to do, and people like to characterize themselves as the person who's good at STEM or math or English or whatever the fuck. Like, I used to be like this in school. I was like, oh, I'm so good at math, but like I'm so bad at English. Oh my gosh. But like, you don't have to be this person. Like, you can literally do good in everything. There's no fucking limit to it. And the first step to it is believing that you can become good at anything, right? Becoming the person that is the all-rounder, the jack of all trades, the Renaissance man. You have to first believe in it. That's the hardest part, honestly, but it's also the first part, believing in it. Or I don't know if it's that hard, but it kind of depends on where you are in life. If you are a person that has thoughts for a long time and had that belief ingrained into you for many, many years, then yeah, it's harder to change that belief. But a lot of people who are like under 25 and have the neuroplasticity to change their mind, then you should, if you are objectively wrong in that, so you can do better for next time. I think this is a very important aspect, to change your mind, to have the ability to change for what is objectively true in the world. Because a lot of people, this is going into a separate rant here now, but basically to summarize this video is that you can do good at anything. But a lot of people, they can get really, really stuck up in one side of belief. And, you know, with geopolitics nowadays, I mean, I guess not geopolitics, but politics in America. In America, it's a very polarized political environment. And there is like the red side, the blue side, the conservatives, the liberals. There's always like a constant bickering and battle between each other. And literally families get split up because one side of the family is liberal and one side of the family is conservative, and they heard that they voted for a president, like maybe they voted for Trump or Kamala in the last election, and then just because of that one data point, despite all of the years of home bonding and being chill with each other, they hear that one opposing fact and they're like, oh my god, this guy's the worst person in the world, fuck you, and they don't even talk to them, like, and they block them from Facebook or wherever the hell, and they look at them in a bad light just because of that, and they never even fucking talk about it. They just see that fact, and a lot of people are really stubborn in their mindset about how a person is. Like, of course, I'm not gonna say that I am not guilty of this, because I'm not perfect. I've also do this sometimes where I put somebody in a box because of what they've done, and I immediately jump to conclusions on the type of person they are. Of course, this is something I'm I'm guilty of, but at least I'm conscious of it. At least I'm making efforts to do better in it and eradicating those thoughts from their minds that people are a lot more complex than that. People are a lot more nuanced than just because they voted a certain way or because they have a certain opinion. They're a lot more nuanced than that. It's not really because they voted for this one person that they're the worst person in the world. Maybe they did it because they liked one of his policies, not because they just aligned with the red or blue or the fuck, right? Like, most people, if I were to say, in like politically in America, are moderate. A lot of people, they have red sides or blue sides on what they believe in, and that's just how it is, right? It makes sense statistically as well, but it just seems like from the media, they tell you that America is always red versus blue and that we gotta fight each other and have this civil war digress, this discourse on who is right, who is wrong. Like, it's not that black and white, it's not that binary. It's always going to be some sort of shade of gray that is actually reality, and that's how it is for many, many things in life. And when it comes to like changing your mind, like circling back to the point of this video, that you can literally be good at everything, or just the overall concept of this neuroplasticity, that you can become somebody that believes in some nuance of the other side or believes in some nuance on your side, cause a lot of people, they just completely bigger about it, never hear the other person's opinion, and it's just like, what the fuck is the point of even dialogue, right? Because, you know, I don't want to get super deep into like politics in this video, because I don't really like to get into politics. I don't really like talking about it, or, I mean, my main reason for that is because I used to, and it was, you get a lot of cancellation if you talk about politics, if you align with one side or not, and a lot of people who you thought were friends, they will shut you down because of the things you said. And as I said before, there's like always a nuance, there's always a shade of gray. It's not binary, black or white, red or blue. It's not like that always. There's always like a reason somebody believes a way, and you don't just immediately shut them down because they have an opposing opinion of you. And I'm not saying that it's either the liberals or the conservatives, which ones do it. It's the fault of both of them. It's not really it's not like all liberals are bad or all conservatives are bad. It's very nuanced here. That's what I think personally. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. I might talk about it another time. I'm not like, I don't know, maybe I should talk more about politics, because it is an important issue. Because American politics, it's never gotten more divided in history. It used to be bad in like high school when I first went, and even my AP Gov teacher was telling us like, we're so fucking bipartisan nowadays and polarized in America. And that was like, what, 7 years ago? Now, today, it's even fucking worse, that literally people are getting killed because they are trying to say what they think. Like, I don't know, it's kind of scary, it's kind of weird. This is, of course, in light of Charlie Kirk, of course. Like, personally, I don't really watch like the Turning Point USA or whatnot. I never heard of his name until I actually heard the news about it, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know why this guy is getting like killed for it, but like some people are celebrating it, some people are mourning it. I think that the moderate view, like the nuanced view, that like the human view, is that like, what the fuck? You don't just kill somebody because they're saying something. Like, of course, like some people, they have the opinion on, oh, well, it's like this because he was trying to incite violence or whatever the fuck. And I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's not. And some people are saying that he deserved it, and I don't know. I can't really give an informed opinion on it because I'm not super into that, but I'm just hearing like from both sides and whatnot, and I think that the answer is somewhere in the middle. Like, did he really deserve to get destroyed like that. It's like, I don't know. It just, no matter what side you are, if you're like laughing at somebody dying in front of all their family members and then all of these people, it's like, I don't know. I find it very strange. I think you need to think about the virtues of your life. That's what I think. But that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. I didn't really mean to get super deep into like politics in this video. I just want to talk about how you can just become good at everything. You don't have to just choose one thing to be good at and align your whole character with it. You can be a man or a woman with many hats. You don't have to pick and choose. You can do good in all fronts. You don't have to just be one fucking person because of your profession. Like me, for example, I am a mechanical engineer by profession, right? By what society would like to box me in as. But I'm also a YouTuber. I'm also into fitness. I also lost a shit ton of weight. I've also doing like AI stuff. I also play Osu. I also watch anime. I like learning languages. I like all these wonderful things, right? I'm not just in one box. I'm not just like engineer and that's it. I'm like many different flavors of life. Whatever the fuck, religion as well. Like, it's not just one fucking box. There's many boxes I'm in. And you can do good in all of them. You don't have to fucking pick and choose. You just have to, that just comes down to time management then, right? Because you allot like an hour or two a day for wherever the hell, right? And you make sure you get experience and you compound that over many years, that your skill sets, like your level, like your RuneScape level in these skills or parts of your life have flourished to such a point that you were leveling up in all realms of life, right? Because what is the realms of life in terms of the main three categories? It's health, wealth, relationships, right? You level up in all of those three and you'll most likely have a very good life. Like fourth level is probably like spirituality, but health, wealth, relationships. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. Yapping, but I'll see you guys.